Kyrie Irving is a former NBA champion and a remarkable 7-time NBA All-Star. The U.S. basketball star started his NBA career with the Cleveland Cavaliers and was an immediate hit. Touted by many as one of the best players in the NBA, Kyrie's career has largely been disrupted in recent times due to injuries and other issues. In today's video, we'll review Kyrie's claims that not getting the COVID vaccine cost him a 4-year contract. First things first, how did not getting the COVID vaccine cost Kyrie Irving $155 million? Kyrie Irving was speaking at the Brooklyn Nets media event when he revealed that his decision not to get the COVID-19 vaccine has brought a lot of ambiguity to his NBA career. Irving shared his frustration around the matter, mentioning that he missed out on a 4-contract extension with the Brooklyn Nets because he wasn't vaccinated. He said that missing out on the contract extension cost him over $155 million. Now that's a huge amount, but with such high stakes in the NBA these days, his claim does seem to have some footing. Until late March, Kyrie was unable to take part in any of the home games for the Brooklyn Nets since New York City had a vaccination mandate. With him regularly missing games and the future of government requirements around COVID vaccination not certain, it's quite possible that the Nets might have opted out of a contract extension for the former Boston Celtics man. Next up, it's been an uncertain 12 months for Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has had an uncertain year in the NBA. The New York City vaccination mandate, which was lifted in March, suggested that unvaccinated people couldn't take part in certain things, which included attending sporting events. So this meant that Kyrie would be missing all of the home games for the Nets, while the Nets themselves decided to leave him on the bench for their away games in order to build up momentum with a set formation of players. As a result, Kyrie only ended up playing in 29 games as the Brooklyn Nets got thrashed 4-0 by the Boston Celtics in round 1 of the NBA playoffs last season. Not playing enough meant that he could not build up any momentum and gain the trust of the coaching staff at the Nets. Hence, the anticipated contract extension eventually didn't materialize. There were rumors that Kyrie Irving would be in the hunt for a trade to another team in the NBA for this season, but since he didn't play much last year, there wasn't a particularly high demand for him in the league. As sort of a last resort, Kyrie announced that he's opting into his player option of a further year with the Nets. The final year of his contract could see him earning $36 million. Well, that's still a lot, my friend Kyrie, but Irving insists that he could have earned a lot more had he decided to get the COVID-19 vaccination. Moving on, does Kevin Durant being offered a contract extension have anything to do with this? Throughout his career, Irving has earned around $150 million roughly, so it's not like this would leave him on the streets, LOL, but the decision not to get vaccinated may have cost him some extra dough. On the contrary, the Brooklyn Nets did offer a contract extension to former Golden State superstar Kevin Durant last year. The contract extension offered to Durant was for an extra 4 years and was worth around $194 million. It's unlikely that Kyrie would have gotten the same amount of money since KD has had a far more accomplished career in the NBA. However, he could definitely have commanded a big contract upwards of $100 million. Up next, what did the Brooklyn Nets management have to say on the matter? While Kyrie strongly believes that his decision not to get vaccinated was stigmatized and led him to not getting a new contract, the Brooklyn Nets general manager Sean Marks doesn't necessarily agree with his thoughts. Marks said that he would never give an ultimatum to anyone to get vaccinated. It's 100% a personal choice for any player. He said that he stood by Irving's decision not to get vaccinated and it was his right to make that choice. However, the Nets general manager did admit that the New York mandate around the COVID vaccination affected contract talks with the former Cavs player. Mark said that they knew that Kyrie wouldn't be able to play any home games, which led to any possible contract talks being stalled. But Marks clarified that there wasn't a scenario in which a deal was offered and then recalled because of Kyrie's vaccination status. Continuing on to why other teams in the NBA are hesitant to bring in Kyrie. Well, we think that so much uncertainty and disruption caused by COVID-19 and other related financial issues, teams in the NBA are looking for stability more than anything else. They are looking to avoid scenarios and players that they are not certain about. Teams are aware of Kyrie's unvaccinated status as well well as his recent injury record, so they would much rather not get mixed up in the uncertain situation around him. In addition to his injuries and vaccination status, Kyrie hasn't had the best of exits from both Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics. Franchises also don't want to take the risk with a player that might cause their team chemistry to be disrupted, so it definitely makes sense for Kyrie to exercise his player option with the Nets. Up next, how are things shaping up for Brooklyn ahead of the new NBA season? The last few months have basically looked like a circus at the Brooklyn Nets, with team morale at an all-time low. But it looks like the Nets have now managed to emerge from their problems last season. Both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are set to be back playing for the Nets this season, where Ben Simmons will also, at least we hope, be joining them. Simmons arrived in Brooklyn as part of a trade that saw James Harden go the other way, but wasn't able to play a single minute for the Nets last season. The race for the Eastern Conference looks as competitive as it's been in recent times, so the Nets would definitely have their work cut out for them. But who knows? If KD and Kyrie start firing, they would easily take the team to a championship glory. Winning the championship could definitely get Kyrie that contract he's been craving for. And now let's take a look at some other news. Before the end of our video, we'll be looking at some other news from the NBA. First up, Paul George has no problem being second to Kawhi Leonard. Paul George was speaking after the LA Clippers preseason game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he was asked about the Clippers' championship aspirations and his relationship with former Toronto man Kawhi Leonard. While answering, George put any ego to the side and clarified that Kawhi Leonard is pretty much the main man at the Los Angeles Clippers. George said that the duo could work like famous Miami Heat pairing of LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. This could be a make-or-break season for both George and Kawhi, who will be aiming to make his first appearance in the NBA Finals after linking up with the LA Clippers back in 2019. Next, Anthony Davis makes a fiery comeback for the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers look to be focused on regaining their full strength in preseason, as they chose to leave LeBron James and Russell Westbrook out for the second game in a row. However, Anthony Davis did make his comeback onto the basketball court. Returning to the side, Anthony Davis looked like he was never really away from basketball as he put in a strong performance against the Golden State Warriors. Davis played for just 21 minutes, in which he managed to score a remarkable 28 points, leading the Lakers to a 3-point win. AD looked quite comfortable on the court and was incredibly smooth with his jumper, scoring 2 3-pointers and 3 mid-rangers with it. Moving on, Draymond Green is stepping away from the Warriors to let things cool off. Draymond Green was initially scheduled to link up with the Warriors squad on Saturday. Instead, he issued a public apology and announced that he'll be spending a few more days away from the squad to let the team recover from the incident. Green punched his teammate Jordan Poole in the face in an altercation on Wednesday. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr commented that Green's decision to step away from the squad was made mutually by Green and the Warriors management. Green admitted that he's not entirely sure about how long he'll be away from the squad, but hopes that he'll be able to take part in the Warriors' opening game of the season on the 18th of October. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for being with us. We'd love to hear from you. Should an athlete's COVID vaccination status affect their career aspects? How will Kyrie and the Nets fare this season? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest news in town. We'll see you in the next video.